Procedurally generated, permanent death, roguelikes allow their unique mechanics to be incorporated into any genre, resulting in a sea of diverse games with infinite possibilities. And with new unique roguelikes being released every single day, I like to play and analyze the ones that may not have had the chance to shine yet. If that sounds interesting, welcome to the series where we learn what works, what doesn't, and why, all in search to find the next big roguelike.
Sculplings! This seems to be some sort of like a Pokemon-esque roguelike, but the catch is that everything is hand-sculpted in real life. Literally. This has been a game that's been in the works for 2 years, and it seems like this person just hand-sculpted absolutely everything and then put it into a 3D program and made this game. So I don't have to explain why I've been very excited to play this game. That being said, how's the gameplay? That I don't really know much about, other than it really does look like a Pokemon-esque kind of game. And there are a few out there in terms of roguelikes. It's not the most common gameplay that you see these days, I would say, but I'm curious to see what they've done with it. So as per usual, I'm going to be playing for a few hours on my end, and then I'll give my overall thoughts as a whole. So timestamps below if you want to skip ahead. All right, let's check out some Sculplings. Welcome to the world of Sculplings. I am Dr. Bungo. Wow, this actually is straight up Pokemon. Nintendo, please be kind to them. They put so much work into this. Okay, so we've got a kind of like a Slay the Spire-like map system. Let's just move on and see what's up. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, the music is sick. Please, Nintendo, be kind to these people, please. Use your attack moves to take out the mosh. Okay, this is where I'm very curious how the gameplay is going to feel, especially in a roguelike setting. So we've got attacks, items, swap fighters, captures, okay. I have played quite a fair bit of Pokemon throughout my years. Man, this looks great. This looks awesome. Usually like to try and trip the opponent, increase chance to crit, and 30% chance to lower the opponent's speed. I mean, I'm assuming this is just straight up Pokemon and pretty much everything. Slap the opponent with a leaf. You might think that hitting something with a leaf won't do a lot of damage, and you'd be right. Oh my gosh, they actually have they have a chart for the types. That's so sick. What do we got? Animal, spooky, food, poison, fire, plant, water, rock, bug, demon, and fantasy. That's cool, man. Oh, I love this game. All right, let's trip. Aspa used to trip. I missed. Wait, wasn't that a 10% chance to miss? Ow. Well, let's try again, shall we? Yeah, it was a 10% chance. How does this look so good? Hey, they lost their speed a little bit. It didn't really matter because I'm always going first anyway. We took down our first opponent. Yay, Moosh. Okay, bye, Moosh. Earned 3 XP. That's not a lot of XP. These are consumables. I think bait is to capture things, right? These are all just single-use items. Let's take the bait bundle, because I think those are my Pokemon. Sorry, those are my ways to capture the monsters. So let's go for, I want to get a chest. Maybe this path is correct. Oh no, not a slab! Now what does this do? Use to try to lure and capture a wild sculpting. The lower the wild sculpting, the more likely it will be captured. So it's 6 times 2, so it, woo! Except that, oh, it didn't take into account the defense. I see. It's super effective. So this deals 5, so I'm gonna bring it down. Yeah, it has a lot of defense. Bump. Okay, and now I can capture. You try to capture the wild slab. It's so good! I love it! Sculpting captured! I can have up to 4. Okay, that makes sense. I'm gonna call you Rukul. Don't ask. I like it. This is still considered tutorial. A lone priest approaches you. Your mother warned you against this sort of thing, but you can't help yourself and let him... Oh, wait, no, sorry. I thought that was him talking. Hello, trainer. May I offer you a blessing for your journey? From what I'm seeing so far, doesn't look like we're going to get a lot of passive abilities like in Slay the Spire, because this would be a good opportunity. Well, I mean, I don't know. This is an event, to be honest, so we'll see. Let's go for a chest. Okay, there we go. Now no, never mind. Nope, still items. Revive a following sculpting to heal. I'm just gonna do a revive. Wait, did I get all of it? Oh, I got all of it. Oh, that's cool. Go. There we go. These are our passes. Finally, they're there. I want this. I want this. Good sir, please. Concept art. I paid for the content I've used during development. That's so sick. Instantly increase the Sculpting's XP by 1 or 7. Okay, so they can evolve. I also have finally the passive items, which I can't afford right now. All right, boss time. Oh, wait. Doctor wants to fight. At the end of each map, you'll face an opponent. Show me what you got. You're my opponent? Oh, I'm facing a goop. Not the goop. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of toxic. This Sculpling has a 10% chance to poison a target with a move that may poison or badly poison the target. So I'm assuming it doesn't have a lot of speed. So I'm just gonna do a leaf slap. Don't poison me. Obviously can't capture you, right? No, I can't. All right. All right, you're done. A critical hit. I love it to just fly away. 3 XP for my Aspid. Oh, there's EXP share. I'm assuming we don't want a grass type against something that sounds fiery. So let's swap to my Rukol. And swap muster, they sent out an Impy, which is a demon fire. That's super effective. Okay, so what do we got? Roll your rocky self at the opponent. 10% chance to lower the opponent's speed. Does bonus damage equal to the user's speed. So the faster it is. Here's this something attack powered by 1 for this battle. Also has a 10% chance to increase the user's... Cool! Oh, I like it. I like Rukol. It's all about like going faster, except that it probably doesn't have a very high speed to start off with. Yeah. Oh my gosh, the sound effect. Well, I'm teaching you, I'll feed your Sculpting an apple to heal. I don't need that. Appreciate it, but unnecessary. It's super effective! Rukol increases speed, and MP is down! Wants to learn a new move! Oh, what do you want to learn? You'll have the opportunity to teach your Sculpting new moves as they earn XP. When the XP is full, your Sculpting will... Okay, they immediately evolve when they level up. Which again makes sense because you're not going to be keeping these creatures for a while considering it's a roguelike. It's run by run, right? So, victory! Great job! Thank you! Choose one. Nice! Actual passives. Increase any chance for a move to poison an enemy. Any move? Oh. Earn extra coins from defeating an opponent. That's pretty good early. Tutorial 2. We're still in Tutorial Island. Yes, so Aspid learned a move even though it did not level up. So yeah, XP is like, it doesn't matter if you don't go up there. You still get benefits from getting XP. That's quite nice. So interesting. Rukol is all about speed, but it has 0 speed. So you have to build up your speed in order to deal more damage with the rock roll. A bee. It's just a bee. It is a bug. It can poison. I guess it's quite accurate. I'm not gonna lie. They don't regenerate PP even after fighting a boss. That's interesting. Let's capture this bee. I love it. Is that right? Literally? I kind of want to go here into the money, into the shop. I'm just curious to see what you are. Would you like to restore one of your Sculptings back to perfect health? Sure. That's not really what I wanted, but that's fine. Okay, this is a real boss. He has a crown. Ah. Oh no. Yes, serious music. Ah, you're spooky. Mushroom Maiden. Man, these mushrooms are strong. I'm fighting a moosh. You know what? Wait, increase the Sculpting attack power by 1. And 20% chance to get stronger. Let's see. Just attack. Let's rock tumble. Moosh missed. Rock tumble. Also missed. 20%. No, fine. Trip. Boom. Rock tumble. There's a 30% chance to increase my speed. Come on, increase my speed. Yes! And now, this does 5 damage! That's crazy. I missed. I love the sound effect. Critical hit! Hey, that's not fair. I'm just gonna give it an apple. Rukol. Decrease speed! How dare you? Give me the speed. No! Okay, I increased my speed. Now I'm back. I love how it just keep throwing. I want to learn a new move. Insult the target's big nose and make them feel insecure. This move does nothing unless the target has a nose. If it has a nose, decrease all of their stats. Sure, of course I'm picking this. Oh, I love it. They talk in the middle. Oh, you have a special effect for your boss battle. Oh, okay. Sculpling type advantages have been reversed. That's pretty whack. So you're gonna send out a moosh again. So welcome back. Another moosh. Do they have a nose? They do have a nose. Wait, it's -2? Oh my, whoa! Oh no! Wait, can I do this multiple times? I just need to know. Oh no! Oh, this is so sad. Oh my goodness! Oh, it's super effective. Okay, that explains. Rukol's gonna evolve. It's late. Oh, they have an evolved version of the mushroom coming up. Let's get our bee out there. Best of luck. Let's evade. Literally a bee, use evade! Ha! You can't hit me anymore. Oh, that hurts. Okay, well, but you did great, bee. I'm proud of you. It's time for you to go. Wait a minute. Why do you have... Wait, you keep the stat changes? No way. Okay, let's do rock thingy. Whoa! Whoa. Why was it so much damage? Wait, what? I did so much damage. I mean, I know it's super effective, but... Wow. Oh, I guess it's double effective because plant and poison? Maybe. That's gotta be it. 42 is way too high otherwise. Bye! Okay, well, clearly I'm just scratching the surface of this game, so I'm gonna continue playing on my end, and I will circle back with my overall thoughts in just a moment. Okay, so we ended up finishing that run, started a new one, did not complete it, and just got to a little bit more information and even got to see the hub, which I was not expecting. So yeah, let's talk about it. This should not be a super long rant because I don't have much to say, and that's not a bad thing. I'm actually going to start with the visuals because I do think that, you know, the main thing about this game are the visuals. You know, that's what grabbed my attention. That's what I think is going to grab most people's attention. Everything is just hand sculpted, and in the trailer you even actually get to see the developer who apparently is the person who did all the hand sculpting, actually behind the scenes stuff, and they are not only really cute in terms of how they're done, but they work really well in the game. The 3D animation of them is really well done, and honestly, it's quite immersive, all things considered. The rest of the background stuff, I'm assuming not everything was done by hand. Like, everything fits extremely well, and there's like really cute animations to a lot of stuff. I am honestly amazed. It looks really, really great. Visually, it's super fun. It was an absolute blast getting to see all the different evolutions of all my Sculplings. And not only does the visuals, you know, they look great, obviously, right? And then I can't even imagine the amount of work put into all this. But the vibe is hilarious. My goodness, the humor in this game is some of the funniest I've seen in a long time. Obviously, the game does not take itself very seriously. There's an item that said, oh, give XP to your Sculpling, but it won't evolve because I wasn't able to make the code work, so sorry. Or like another, like, oh, if you use this item, it heals you. But just so you know, that item is actually a living creature, so you will kill it. Just, you have to live with that. It's just so random. And every Sculpling's actual name, like, you can obviously rename them when you capture them, but I didn't really want to rename most of them because the original name of those Sculplings are hilarious. There's a lot of creativity put into a lot of these creatures and just overall the entire world, including the bosses and the NPCs you're going to be facing. It's really funny. It's amazing. And not only that, there's also different biomes. Now, you do seem to always start at the forest, but then there are different biomes that you can choose from, and from the 2 different runs I've done, multiple biomes between them, so that's great. It shows that there's more replayability in that realm, which is nice, especially considering that it's a Pokemon-like game. Specifically, the music is great because it's Pokemon, but, you know, with a twist, and hopefully Nintendo won't realize it. But no, honestly, the music is really, really good. It takes heavy inspiration, you know, it tries to be like Pokemon, but in a very, very funny and unique way, I think. Sound design, it was good, pretty straightforward, pretty standard in that regard. Okay, let's talk about the gameplay, because obviously we knew the visuals was going to be great. Didn't realize the vibe and the humor was going to be that good. But the gameplay is good. It's Pokemon. You pretty much do exactly the same thing. You capture some Pokemons in the wild, I mean Sculplings in the wild, and you have different moves, they have PPs, you have different stats, you have pretty much the same stats as in Pokemon, and you have an entire table of weaknesses and super effectiveness, which are fairly similar, but also pretty funny. Obviously, the animal tag, spooky, demon, fantasy, I haven't even encountered fantasy yet. Ooh. The moves are fairly unique. I would say most moves have more to them than on Pokemon, which makes sense because in Pokemon you would have to... I'm scared to use... Even for a small game like this, I'm scared of using that word because of how vicious they can be, but it'll be fine. In Pokemon games, you're planning on staying with your Pokemons for a while. While here, since these are run-based games, you gotta have those abilities be more impactful, more interesting, and you want them to, be evolving literally, but also figuratively faster throughout your run, so you don't get bored. Because if you have a Rattata, you're gonna spend hours before it evolves. While here, not so much, right? You want things to move at a quick pace. So even though it takes similar gameplay mechanics, obviously things are going to be much faster. Now, there is an actual, if I'm not mistaken, there is a roguelike Pokemon mod or game out there that I haven't played, but I've heard pretty good things about it. I'd be curious to try that because effectively, yeah, the gameplay of Pokemon is slow and this needs to be fast. So I find it interesting to see how to transfer that for a roguelike. And I think the fact that each ability is fairly unique and does a lot of things by themselves, right? A lot of abilities are like, oh, you do that, you gain more stats when you hit, you also deal 3 times damage, blah, blah, blah. You also have this. So it's not just like, oh, you have a tackle and then you have a body slam and then you have a bite. There's a little bit more to them. And it does seem like a lot of the Sculplings have their own unique moves, which is cool. Obviously, I haven't seen too much content, and as an early access game, I would say there seems to be a lot in there. I was surprised to see that in the hub, there's some permanent upgrades that we will be able to get later. Currently, it does seem like there's not much available in the hub. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 things with question marks, and we only have 2 things that are available right now. One are cosmetics that you can change to your own character, which is awesome because that means that all the different cosmetics are just handcrafted new hats and hairstyles. Which, talk about a fun way to have cosmetic. It was actually done by hand. That's so cool. And the other are the emblems. When you defeat some bosses, you will then be able to start with a different emblem at the start of every run. And all of them will do unique things. For instance, heal your current Sculpling at the end of each turn in battle, right? Or you will start with a random pin, which I think are like the relics. So that's cool. Unique customization to start runs, I think, is always great in most roguelikes. And here, not only do you have emblems to start with, but you also get to choose a different unevolved Sculpling before you start a run. So there is a little bit of customization. My only worry is that just because of the inherent nature of Pokemon-like kind of gameplay that's slow and repetitive, I do hope that the replayability doesn't get stale after a while. So I hope that they have enough starter run customization and also just uniqueness throughout the runs. And I think clearly all the different Sculplings are very drastically different. So, if you have different ones in your party, it's going to feel different. But I hope that the Sculplings themselves can somehow feel different from one run to another, similar to EVs in Pokemon. Certain Pokemons can have better stats than other of the same kind just by luck, right? If you have a calm nature, you start with better stats, but you also have some EVs that enable you to get more of a particular stat when you level up. So I'm wondering if that could be a way to make sure that things don't get too stale with the different Sculplings. I don't know if that's currently the case, but if so, I didn't notice it, or I didn't realize it, I guess. Again, maybe it won't actually get stale even without this stuff, just because of the fact that this game seems to have a lot of content. Obviously, for these kind of games, the more Sculplings, the better, even if it's a lot of work. There is a solid amount currently, from what I can see, but yeah, the more the merrier, I would say, because I'm sure that once you've seen all of them in a roguelike, I could imagine then not having the same thrill from discovering new Sculplings and seeing how to play with them and like the different play styles with the different Sculplings, right? So in any case, as it stands in an early access, it's really, really solid. After only having played for about 2 hours, again, still fresh, there's some things I'm not super clear on, including like critical hits do seem to be way more impactful than not. Sometimes they take way more damage than not. And the stat changes are a little unclear to me in terms of like when you boost your attack and boost it by like 3, or sometimes you can get it by +3, which is an insane number. Sometimes I would see that it said that my defense stat is maxed out, but I only increased it by 1, and sometimes I can see +3. There are some things that are a little confusing, which I think is, I guess, if for this kind of game, that's okay compared to others. At least it's not an action game where you don't have time to try to figure things out. But I still have some questions in terms of how some specific mechanics work. So hopefully that will be a little bit more clear as you continue playing. That being said, I also wonder if there's going to be more tutorials mid-game and stuff, because after I finished my second run and I played a third one, I got like a new ridiculous dialogue with the professor who was asking me, what's the name I hate the most in the world? I'm like, I don't know. And then they talked about my rival. So it does seem like there's some cool pacing already implementing in the game where, you know, you have to play and then later on you get introduced to more things to look forward to. And for that matter, the way that the game is structured, you have to beat the Elite 5, right? And every time you beat a run, you fight the final boss, and then you can switch to the next final boss, and the next final boss, and the next final boss until you reach rank 1. I beat rank 5, I can now face rank 4. That's a cool system, because it's similar to the Elite 4, but I was curious to see how they would do it, considering that Elite 4 would take way too long for a run to deal with. You don't want 4 final bosses every run. So that's a cool way of doing it. Currently, there are a few random little bugs, but again, bugs are not an issue, usually for these rants and playtesting stuff, because those will obviously get fixed, but some were pretty annoying, including, you know, like the text would not disappear, so I could not click on things and I would actually die because of that, or the shop, if you're trying to leave a window that you're from selecting something on the shop, you actually leave the shop and you can't go back in the shop anymore, and I've wasted a lot of gold on that. These kind of things are not a big deal, but these were pretty major bugs, so just figured I would point it out here. But obviously, this is going to get fixed. Honestly, I don't have much else to say, because this game is really cool. It's a really, really cool game. I was obviously excited just for the whole art style and the concept behind how they made it, but beyond that, the game is great. Obviously, the art and the overall charm really do combine to make this a great game, but even so, I really enjoyed the Pokemon-esque gameplay, which I don't really see very often in roguelikes, and I think that it's done pretty well. There are passive abilities that you'll be encountering, kind of like in Slay the Spire, which was cool. I didn't think there would originally, but no, there are. That's great. Once again, the more the merrier, especially in a game like this where you could have so many different kinds, right? Because there are so many different abilities and different things that can interact with different sculplings and items and stuff. So I could imagine you can add a lot. Currently, I don't know how many there are, but I'm just hoping there's going to be enough to not feel like you're just going to see the same one over and over again, because I did end up seeing a lot of the similar ones between my 2 runs. So, great art, great audio, great premise, great gameplay. This game is a solid thumbs up for me, and I'm definitely going to keep track of this one and see how it's going to turn out post early access. So thank you so much for sending this fantastic little game to the channel. We really appreciate it. If you're interested in sending your roguelike or even demo, feel free to check the form in the description below. And yeah, that's about it.